Kozlov goes. Alright, so this explorer is now fully healed. He's still being boxed in by these aliens though, and I do want him to get over to that satellite. Where did it even go? Ah, right here, crash satellite. Oh yeah, and we did want to have someone go and scare this wolf beetle off, so for now you can just fortify. And we'll go and put some farms. I don't know, do we want to improve tiles away from the Slavic Federation? That seems like a good plan. Alright, so let's get over to this side. And over here we've got that Marine who can fortify until healed. Hello! Alright, Tabitha. Let's lay the foundation for a prosperous future by establishing a cooperation agreement. Yes, let us work together. Tabitha, what a friendly lady. Alright, so are these guys going to be close enough to deal damage to that wolf beetle? Not this turn, but we can take care of things next turn. We could send this guy back. No, he still won't be within range. What is our range damage? That's 2 hexes, not bad. And a KP Explorer. Alright, let me know what the music volume sounds like on the stream. I can pump that up a little higher if you guys want. And this worker, we can clear the forest, put in a generator. Are we currently working that forest? No, we're not. Alright, so let's clear the forest. That'll let us finish off the Seto Nursery a little faster, and we'll put in a generator. Meanwhile, I would like these guys to move over. We could build the ultrasonic fence here, and that would stop the aliens from wandering into our territory. The tech for that is ecology, ultrasonic fence, so we already have the tech. Add to queue. It would take us 6 turns. I think I'd rather have another gunboat. Miasma, some Feraxite. Oh, 9 Feraxite. 9 Feraxite. So if we want Feraxite, and for whatever reason we didn't get enough by taking over these cities, we can definitely drop some more down here. This whole peninsula is extremely resource rich. Wow. Okay, we'll head over there later. Choose production over in Freeland. I don't think we need an ultrasonic fence. We could grab the vivarium since it does offer us food now. The network does get us 3 science, plus additional science from copper, which we don't have. Alien Preserve is extra culture. Vivarium is only going to take us 2 turns. Does our expansion city have any deserts? No, it doesn't, so it's not going to benefit too much from building out a vivarium, and neither is our capital. So perhaps we'll cancel the vivarium. And instead, another gunboat in 4 turns. The Alien Preserve. Yeah, if we don't want quite so many gunboats, we can squeeze an Alien Preserve in there.
एक और एक 11 होते हैं.
Alright, so Tabitha really wants open borders. I don't want her expanding into my territory, but If this player goes to war, the other player will immediately and automatically declare its war. Also provides open borders. Is there anything else that I can sell? No, let's just not have the open borders. Sid, my right. Yep, there is Feraxite in the game. It's good for a joke. Let's go and kill this wolf beetle. Hopefully that won't have the aliens become unfriendly. And we can go and improve the gold finally. Got another gunboat on the move. And here we want a generator. We don't want to let the Slavic Federation know that we have this navy scouting around his cities. And we could embark this explorer, it's true. And yes, it does seem like a fine time to do that. Let's go around the long way. At least it's less likely that the aliens will get in our way. And the marine is now healed. You can just fortify in Freeland, that's just fine. Choosing production here. We could build the ultrasonic fence. We could also build a missile rover. Alright, let's build a gunboat here, since they can move a little faster. Why haven't we been building missile rovers in the capital? Did I just not see that we had that? I mean, they don't have as much attack power as the gunboats. I guess that would be the main reason why. Alright, so forget the missile rover. Missile rovers have range of 2, same as the gunboat, strength of 3, and a range strength of 12. The gunboat has the same range, but a range strength of 16 and a strength of 6. So the gunboats are definitely preferred. They both, the gunboat costs 20 production more, but the same number of turns here. So definitely gunboats. Gunboats will be able to defend our capital and lay siege to all 3 of the Slavic Federation's cities. Alright, we've got a quest decision. Better living through chemistry. Earth's pharmaceutical industry was at its peak in the 21st century. While the drugs of that time were severely limited in ability, they did open our mind to the full potential of pharmaceuticals. Now that our pharma lab is functional, our technology has finally caught up with that potential. We just have to decide how best to utilize it. Enhance function or extension of life. So +1 science on pharma labs or +1 health on pharma labs. I think we're going to go with the health this time around. I'm happy with our science at present. So we have a pharma lab in our capital city. We could get a pharma lab going in Jimboomba. Add to queue. Pharma lab, only 4 turns. Do I want that ahead of the gunboat? You know what? I do. Now Rangi. Is there something I can build here that will make me more resistant to attack? We could definitely build a missile rover here. In fact, how much would that cost to buy out? Missile rover 400. Alright, so if we do come under attack, we'll buy a missile rover there. Doesn't look like there are any walls or anything like that I can buy, although there was the option to have one of our buildings provide increased hit points and defense for a city. Alright, orders here. Over and around, there's some tubers, that might be a nice spot to settle. And Let's see, we can pull down to here. Bombard that. Still friendly with the aliens. Let's go construct our mine. And a pack explorer, that's fine. We'll go and construct the expedition there. Our trade convoy. We could switch this guy over to... Okay, we'll move him to Rangi, and then we'll train out a naval convoy. So, change origin city to Rangi, and we actually have enough energy to buy another trade convoy here. But first, over here, we'll go and purchase a trade vessel. I think we do have relative naval superiority, at least in this area, and we could also buy, well, when one of our convoys finishes in Freeland, we'll send him over to Rangi and build out a trade ship in Freeland, since we do get the 50% trade route yield from naval routes. Now, I wish there was some sort of demographic screen so we could know if our little gunboat fleet is as powerful as I'm hoping it is, or if we're about to make a terrible mistake. Oh, gunboats. Alright, this trade convoy. What would be most profitable? Production boost for the capital or Jimbo. This is a total of 10, and this is a total of 9. So trading with the capital, we could definitely do that. Looks like you can do... Is that right? Reciprocal trade routes? Oh no, this is just a trade route going through Rangai, not to Rangai. And if I want this trade route to take a safer route, what I'll need to do is send this worker to go and remove this miasma. And then they can take a bit of a shortcut and be less exposed to Kazlov's troops. Alright, so 9 yield off of that versus 8 with Axiom. Ooh, Central. We would get 8 energy off of that. 7 and 8 by trading with Kavatha. Alright, so do I want more production in Jimboomba or the capital? Or do I want to keep on getting a boost to science and energy? Let's go with the science and energy boost for now. And that is relatively safe. It's out the backside here, so if we do go to war with the Slavic Federation, hopefully if we have a couple units, we'll be able to protect the trade routes in the back there. Trade vessel. Trading with La Cour gets us 4 energy or 10 energy and 4 science. We could get 4 food off of trading with that station. I think I would rather the food boost here. Yeah, our next citizen is in 16. The tiles that we're working, we still have more tiles that we could work effectively, or at least one more tile, and then if we go and expand out to the floatstone, what improves floatstone? Let's check the Civilpedia. Floatstone is improved by the Floatstone Quarry. The Floatstone Quarry needs terraforming. Seriously? That sounds hard and far away. Oops. Terraforming is over here. Okay, that's only 12 turns, and does let us build that Floatstone Quarry, which presumably not just gives us access, but also improves the yields. Alright, well, let's get access to some Floatstone. And we'll go and grab that after we grab, let's see, what else is queued up here? Robotics, and that's mostly for the auto plant, because it's supposed to get us more trade routes. Although, auto plant, trade routes. Oh, no, I don't want to switch. We do want to finish alien adaptation. Zzz. Alright, but what I wanted to do was find out if the auto plant actually does give us another trade route. Auto plant, energy from trade routes, specialist slots, robotics. It doesn't suggest that the auto plant gives us another trade route. Energy from trade routes, yes. Alright, so let's say that the auto plant doesn't give us anything then, trade route wise. Which means I'll probably want to improve the Floatstone first, so we'll go alien adaptation into terraforming. And then, if someone really knows whether or not the auto plant actually does get me more trade routes, then we will go back and research that. Alright, trade vessel. That's a lot of energy. But the food boost, we'll go with the food boost. Alright, and so our next citizen is down to 7 turns instead of 16. So, a nice improvement there. Kabatha has completed the drone sphere.
All opposing forces start to resemble each other as conflict continues.
And we've got the Xenoswarm. I assume we need level 4 harmony before we can actually unlock that. We only have 2, which
This
means...
morning I saw flocks in flight, herds moving about the plain, and listened to the sound of water mixing with the morning chorus. And I wept at the beauty of it all.
Alright, so we need to get up to level 4 harmony before we can build that swarm thing, which means if I really want that, we're going to want more harmony. So we can filter this by harmony. Alien biology, we already have. Alien adaptation, we just built. Swarm intelligence is pretty expensive. Metamaterials is even more expensive. Swarm robotics, however, is fairly cheap. Alright, so the cheapest techs that we could go for here would be Swarm Robotics, which requires robotics, and Swarm Intelligence. Is there another way I can get a harmony point? Let's have a look at our quests. Build a Xeno Sanctuary in Freeland. Alright, well, let's finish that quest off. Freeland, Xeno Sanctuary, Xeno Nursery, Alien Preserve. I think we had a quest for an Alien Preserve as well, but first off, Xeno Sanctuary. What is a Xeno Sanctuary? It's in alien ethics. Alien ethics, 17 turns, Xeno Sanctuary. Okay, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. Worm killing, I'm not too worried about that right now. Build a quarry improvement. Haven't we done that? I guess the floatstone quarry. Apparently these were just mines. Let's see, is there somewhere that I could build a quarry? Up here. Definitely. Alright, so we're not expanding there next. Let's go and buy that tile. The yields are not terribly impressive, but once we send our worker over, still a number of turns off. We could buy a worker here and complete that quest. I'm hoping some of these quests will give me the affinity I need to build that 36 strength unit. Build a quarry, build an alien preserve. Alright, is that what we're working on here? Alien preserve, okay good. So maybe that'll get us some harmony. Probably not though. Let's have a look at the virtues. 20% affinity gained, that's going to be helpful. 1 free affinity level. Alright, so if we can get down to here, that's 1, 2, 3 virtues away though. And at the rate we're going, it's 10 turns to the next virtue. We can't count on that either. Well, we do have a lot of gunboats. And is that Xenomass well done? It is. Alright, I'm not liking the look of all of these Slavic units. And we don't want to get too close to these cities, we don't want them to see our fleet. Alright, what does this drone sphere do? Drone sphere has been built, yes, and the drone sphere is +2 science, +10 healing for military units in friendly territory, provides a free surveillance web in the city where it's built. And a surveillance web Maximum covert ops intrigue is reduced by 2. Okay, so they have extra healing and extra defense against spies, plus a little science. I guess that's a nice wonder. I think we are far enough behind on tech that we haven't been able to try to build any of these wonders. Because it's a tech web, I think it'll be easier to beeline for a particular tech so long as the AI is not programmed to go for them early. But at the moment I have no idea what wonders are good, or go early, or go late. Alright, so he's got 2 combat roamers and 2 rangers. We have better stats on our gunboats. Let's get all of our gunboats into position and then we'll go and declare war. We'll make sure that our cities are properly defended, especially Rangi there. Freeland does have the 1 marine and has decent production, can keep on kicking out gunboats. But over here we'll want either a farm or a generator.
Your explorer has no strange nearby. It could be a ruin, some sort of wreckage, or...
Thank you. Alright, so that seems good. We've got the alien preserve, we've got a gunboat. Expedition completed. The progenitor ruins found a cavernous labyrinth underneath the progenitor ruins. Few dozen interactive devices made of glowing stone that dissolved a few minutes after being touched. The rest of the maze was silent and empty. The knowledge the team gained from these devices illuminates part of a distant technology called hypercomputing, and our scientists acquire preliminary research on it. Okay, so apparently those runes gave us some research into hypercomputing. Hypercomputing. Down here. Okay, so we have 400 out of 2700. That's not really much of a bonus. I mean, well, considering we're only making 75 science per turn, that is quite a bonus, but it's not going to get us hypercomputing anytime soon. Okay, let's get this guy back to Freeland to get another exploration module. 7 turns, 4 turns, yeah, we'll go over this way. Okay, the worker's done there. Can go put up another generator along the river. Alright, so our guys have leveled up. Presumably that means we were successful in stealing some credits. We could go and steal science next, and let's do that. $225 energy was stolen. Awesome. Not bad. So we got almost 500 energy off of those 2 covert operations. So here that means we could go and purchase a missile rover. I might want to do that. Add to queue. Let's get an alien preserve going, or a pharma lab. Alright, we'll go pharma lab, cancel the missile rover, and we'll just buy one, right? Well, we'll buy one when we need it. So, once we're ready to declare war.
Just yell at me if it's too late. Yeah, pick up some stuff for that tomorrow.
Oh yeah, so the project we picked here was bonus health from agents at headquarters. No one's at headquarters, so I suppose having one of our agents on support would be useful, but we'll see how health works out for us. Alright, now, most of our gunboats are in position. Do we want to declare war? what is our vision like out of our cities? It is 1, 2, possibly 3. 2 tiles from the borders. So, standing right here, we shouldn't be detected. Alright, the worker will work on his generator. And the algae really slows our movement down in the water there. Alright, trade vessel. What do we want here? 10 energy, small amounts of science. Ooh, 8 energy and 12 science. We'll keep on trading with Tabitha then. I don't know if we're making her stronger, but she's definitely helping us, so. Quest decision. Occupational hazard. Our research shows that these aliens can not only be trained to perform complex tasks, but even show affection. Oh, isn't that nice? How will this information affect our future relationship with these creatures? Should we put them to work on our farms or give them peaceful homes with our families? Oh man, alright, so we can adopt wildlife, which, harmony. Alright, does that mean an actual harmony point? Because if it does, I'll have a whatever wolf beetle as a pet. Or we could train them for labor. Alright. Adopt the wildlife. I really want that 30...
If you can, touch a siege worm as it moves by. That will teach you all you need to know about the insignificance of humanity.
If I can build that 34 strength unit, I will. And we're already invested in harmony, so we may as well get up to level 4 harmony, and then we can branch off into something else. We've got all that floatstone. We can also go purity. But I do want that unit, so...
If you
Affinity
can,
progression,
touch
level
a
3.
siege worm as it moves by. That will teach you all you need to know about the insignificance of humanity.
New upgrades available for our units. And we're halfway to level 4. Let's see, what is the name of that unit that I really want to build? The Xeno Swarm. Let's look that up in the Civilopedia, see if there's a nice illustration for that. Xeno Swarm. Harmony unique unit, 34 strength, 2 movement, no picture. Alright, well, that's fine. When we get to level 4, we'll see what it's all about. Alright, do I want another gunboat, or do I have time to grab... Production of land units isn't terribly relevant. Food and science, it's pretty cheap. Fine, let's get a quick vivarium building. And we have an upgrade available. So, armor, level 3, select perk. We can get either 20% flanking or 30% when attacking fortified units. I don't know how much flanking we're going to be doing on land, but attacking fortified units does sound like something that would happen. Alright, so let's go with the attack bonus. And as for units to capture, we do have this marine that we can send over, and there's this marine right here. I wonder, do workers get captured? Okay, so he's sending tread routes to me. I mean, I do feel kind of bad about this, but our units are all in position. We'll attack next turn, also possibly steal this worker, and depending on how the trade work mechanic works, we could potentially plunder that as well. Although he does have a combat rover right there. Let's go and cross over a marine. Alright, so we'll move before we declare war, but over here we'll purchase our missile rover. And do we want a missile rover in the capital? Most likely. No, I think that would be overkill. We don't need a missile rover. We can grab a combat rover, though. The extra movement might be useful. Unless the combat rover is replaced by the missile rover. Yeah, I don't see that rover anymore. Maybe we never researched him. It's hard to remember now whether or not I just looked him up on the tech tree or if we actually researched that. Hey YouTube, I have a lot of Civ 5 vids on my YouTube channel if you want to check those out. I don't stream super regularly, probably, well it depends. It depends on how busy I am with other stuff. But yeah, if you want to see my other stuff, I do have a YouTube channel that I do encourage you to go check out and subscribe if you like what you see there or have liked what you've seen here. And I will be doing more Beyond Earth stuff. This has been pretty fun. Alright, so is it time for war? It does look like this trade route will get plundered. It is a land trade route, and I have been meaning to switch those guys over to sea-based trade routes, so having that plundered wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world. We have our missile rover. Alright, let's declare a war. I mean, we are learning the game, so we can find out exactly how brutal combat can or is or isn't. Alright, there's already an injured combat rover. Oh, but we've used up all of our moves already. Okay, well, we can go right up to here. We'll declare war next turn. He can probably see us. I don't know if he'll tell us to move away or what the deal with that's gonna be. But that's part of the fun. We are learning a new game. Fortify. Well, it's a lot like Civ 5, so we are sort of learning a new game. And with this Marine, should we push him forward or just fortify at the edge of our terrain? Fortify there. And leave all of these guys where they are. Missile rover can fortify. And the trade convoy. Alright, where had I previously been sending him? We can go and rebase him to Rangai. We still have a spot there. Yeah, that's what we'll do, and then we'll pump out trade ships. So trade convoy, change origin city to Rangi. And over here, we'll go and purchase trade vessel for 310. We'd make that money back in the first 30 turns. Then again, building one out manually only takes 3 turns. And we have a quest decision. Zoology. The planet's indigenous creatures have given us trouble for quite some time. That's not exactly true. But that is about to change. Now that we have been working on the alien preserve, we can study their natural habitat. What we learn from these aliens can be utilized within our daily lives. Okay? Not just to make us stronger, but to make us more resilient to the dangers we face. We simply have to introduce the appropriate stimuli into the preserve and study the results. So we can study alien resilience, that gives us +5 healing, or alien weakness, and that'll give our preserves +1 science and +1 energy. I don't know if we need +5 more unit healing. Let's take the immediate bonuses here. And that means we can go and build alien reserves elsewhere as well. We're finally healthy again. Alright, when we're healthy, we get a 20% boost towards outpost growth. Speaking of which, after this war is done, we might want to settle some outposts. Alright, next turn then. So as for
Adam Smith
playing
said,
more...
trade is the lifeblood of nations.
No thanks, Suzanne. As for multiplayer today, we'll see how I feel at the end of this stream. I'll probably do another stream again
Robots do not
at
complain, question, or rest, which makes them good
the-
role models for the rest of you.
North American release, since I did say that I do that too. We have robotics here, which includes the auto plant. So if we built an auto plant, it would get us extra energy, yes, but it doesn't appear to get us extra slots. Trade slots, that is. Alright, so here, we'll set up trade. Trading along this border here is going to be pretty dangerous for us. Although trading around the long way is actually quite a bit better. So this gets us a total of 8 yields versus 7, 12. Alright, so we could trade again with either Central or with Syria. And that's going to get us a energy and a science boost. Or we could try growing both of these cities a little more rapidly. I think, let's do that. I think trading with the capital is going to be too risky since we're about to go to war. But we can definitely grow these 2 cities. And choosing production, there's a gunboat done. We can go for the alien preserve, that gets us more culture. I do want to unlock more of these virtues, so the culture boost is very welcome. And it is time for war. That guy's healing up. Let's just go and attack right now. This guy's 23 strength versus our 6 strength. We probably don't want to get within striking distance of the city. Declare war. Is there a denouncement system that we should be using? Discuss. Publicly condemn Vadim. Sure, I can wait a turn, although he is healing up pretty fast. Plus 40, he'll be pretty much fully healed. I guess we may as well attack right now then. Alright, fine, let's do it.
Dawajcie ochranim našu землю, не будем jej niszczyć.
Alright, so if we wander in here, we'll probably be attacked. But I am very curious to see if we can capture workers or if we attack them. We will very likely be killed if we move forward, so let's just go and take these guys down instead. And there's our gunboat, we'll bring them around. They'll either defend our capital or push the offensive. And if one of these boats is going to have to get within range of the city, which means I'd rather sacrifice one of my marines than a gunboat. So let's, for science, yes, this is simple capture. Alright, so we can sail in here, and deal damage there. Explorer unit, let's pop into the city, recharge our expedition pods. We can finally work on that down satellite, or derelict rune. Trade with prosperity. Okay, so when you declare war, your trade routes are cancelled and they go back to their originating city. That's pretty nice. Alright, so we do get more by trading with Cavitha, but maybe we should try to spread the wealth and trade with Franco-Iberia. Yeah, let's do that. That's almost as good as trading with Cavitha. So we can get some positive diplomatic relations going with these guys. We also have a quest decision here. the creative spark. Our colonial grid is now powered by a thorium reactor. Already, its people have grown accustomed to its gentle hum and glow. So efficient is the reactor, it's barely working at capacity. If we pushed it further, we could divert the energy towards increased production speed, or we could use it to create new units and structures. Both would be of great benefit. So, do we want +2 energy from thorium reactors, or +1 production? I think... let's go with the production here. Alright, so all of our gunboats have attacked the units surrounding Uzbek. We've killed 2 units and injured 1 more. We've captured a worker, and now we have our missile rover as well. The missile rover, anti-orbital strike, may not attack Malay, must set up to range attack. Alright, so set up for range attack, and range attack. Cool. Alright, so if we're attacking here, minor victory, we don't actually kill anyone. Alright, we'll just stay where we are then, stay fortified. Alright, with this worker, I suppose since he's so close to combat, or did he just finish that generator? He's just close to combat and is a little worried. Alright. Elodie of Franco-Iberia is happy that we sent a trade route her way. And Fruit Strike is just telling us now that Jimboomba is Australian for Big Nasty Crocodile. I don't know if he's to be believed, but we are playing Polystralia, and I guess it's plausible. Alright, so Rangai is actually the city that's going to be in trouble here. We want to put as much pressure down to the south to distract him from sending armies to the north. We do have enough energy to buy another unit here, but the artillery in the city won't be able to fire if we move them out. And where is this trade route going? Ah, we're gonna get a free pillage off of that? That'll be nice. Alright, so, intruder alert. Intruders in our territory. Fine. A unit was killed. We did lose a gunboat to the city's range attack, as I expected. They're at 23 health now. Do these missile rovers have a bonus versus cities? What's the easiest way for me to check that? I guess the Civilpedia? Missile rover. Computing, movement 2, range 2, range strength 12. No bonus versus... wait, let's read that again. Specializes in reducing cities and outposts from afar. But I don't see a particular ability that gives them a bonus versus cities. Alright, so maybe they do have a modifier that's just not listed, but let's find out how much damage our gunboats can do to a city. But while we're here, we'll take down his units. Alright, we'll get into range of the city. 24 damage out of... well, it's a sizable chunk. It looks like they only have 100 hit points. Alright, so we're gonna need our units in range to take the city down soon. I wonder if they still have plundering. So do we still heal hit points from plundering? We don't want to stand a miasma. We don't want to lose that unit either. Alright, what's what sort of units can we grab to actually capture the city? An explorer could do the job, especially from the water. I assume an explorer would do that just fine. But just in case, let's go and build out an armor, or in fact, let's rush by an armor unit. And the explorer, let's pop into the water, and that'll take a while to get over there. We've got zone of control issues. Standing on the Faraxite doesn't get me anything to pillage. We'll just stay out of range of the city and the ranger. Fortify there. And we'll send the worker off over this way, and maybe that'll distract some of his military units. Ah yes, and the European unlock is happening very shortly. Alright, so we want to kill some units, so that's overkill here. 32 damage versus, with the missile rover, 27 damage. Alright, we'll kill that unit, and then we'll use the city attack on, well, get started on that expedition. We'll use the city attack on one of these guys. This guy right here, sure. Hey, oh, I thought I moved the worker, but instead I moved the marine. Alright, that's a little more troubling. We'll swap him back in, and we'll put the worker in over here. Hopefully distract his units. And we will have our affinity coming in 10 turns. 1 harmony point from Swarm Robotics, as well as the Drone Sphere, which was that wonder that Cabotha built. Alright, so we'll be able to pump out that awesome affinity beast, whatever it is.
Venga, volvámonos más ricos.
Huh. Alright, so Reginaldo of Brasilia wants 3 of our Xenomass, and he's willing to give us 1 favor. I think I have at least 4 Xenomass. I don't know if I need Xenomass for anything else. I mean, we do want to find out what the favor system is all about. So we could accept this deal, but I mean, how much is a favor really worth? Is it worth 3 Xenomass? I somehow doubt that. Fine. But if that means I can't build quite so many of my super awesome Harmony units, I'm going to be displeased. We still have 4 Xenomass, so I think we'll be fine. We took a whole bunch of damage from the city, 75, and then with the ranger inside, that's enough to kill another one of our gunboats. Okay, that took out our marine. How long is it going to take us to get the explorer down to this city? Many, many turns. He moves as quickly on land as he does on water, but he will be safer on the water, so we'll send him over that way. Alright, so that unit's dead. We could pillage this. So pillage and improvement, it may not be used until it's repaired, gets you energy and heals your unit slightly. Alright, so unit healing is still a thing. There should be... Was there a unit here? No, not anymore. Alright, let's go and pillage that, get some hit points back then. Wait, pillage. Alright, so we're almost at full hit points. Hopefully the city will go and attack our gunboats, even though it does hurt to lose them. And we'll be able to capture that city next turn. Another ranger over here. And we have that generator done. We can put a generator in over on this side. Swing over this way. We've got an armor unit. It does have 3 movement, which is pretty nice. Let's get him in. And this combat rover could potentially capture our worker. Should probably move him back then. And what's happened to these units? There's a friendly siege worm making a bunch of trouble. Well, if we shoot the siege worm, maybe he'll leave us alone. We do have a mission to kill a siege worm, although with only 14 damage. Let's see if he leaves on his own. If not, we'll have to build some ultrasonic fences after all. And we can start curving around here. Okay, so this guy could go and pillage my Xenomass well. It's only a minor victory, not a decisive one. I think Zone of Control should still work the same way, so the worker there is safe. And our trade vessel... What was our last route? We just built this guy. Okay, so 10 energy, 6 science, 10 energy, 11 science. Definitely over to Mandiria. And with this worker, let's stick him over here, maybe distract some more units. Okay, intruder alert, yes, we're well aware. Unit was killed, we lost a gunboat, yes, we saw that, and one of our marines was killed, yes, that was most unfortunate. And we'll finish up that generator.